Hi everyone, it's Christopher, Mono County Library Director and co-host of the Oxygen Starved podcast, and I'm back with Book Talk Friday and two great reads you can check out from the library, one old and one new, and we're gonna start with the new. The Great Circle by Maggie Shipstead. This is getting great buzz and is got multiple starred reviews. The title comes from the largest circle that can be drawn around a sphere, such as the Earth's equator. The context of the story is the romance of aviation in the early 20th century when aviators were breaking records and breaking barriers. Specifically, female aviators who were once very well known but are now largely forgotten, but for the likes of Beryl Markham and Amelia Earhart, whom one reviewer points out is still more famous for her mysterious disappearance than her flying achievements. The author Shipstead saw a statue of just one early pilot, Jean Batten, in New Zealand, and Batten was the first pilot to fly solo from England to New Zealand. It got her thinking about these women and disappearance and death. This novel is impeccably researched so that the technical parts are grounded in reality, and the story starts off with two parallel narratives in alternating chapters, and the wallops come quickly across both storylines. Two real plane wrecks and a fake one for Hollywood, a sinking ship, and parents who disappear either by accident or by purpose. The earlier narrative is the story of Marion Graves, who endures a tragic childhood to grow up in Prohibition-era Montana when barnstorming pilots were crisscrossing the country doing shows for people. As a teenager, she drops out of school to become a pilot herself and ultimately strives towards her dream of circumnavigating the globe, the Great Circle. The later narrative is the actor Hadley Baxter, knocked about by Hollywood but hoping to refine her career by playing Marion in a film. As Hadley's narrative and Marion's unfold alongside each other, you realize they are more alike than different. This is again getting great reviews right and left. It's a read with Jenna book pick and has been longlisted for the Booker Prize. And it brings me to my pick for the old this week. West with the Night by Beryl Markham, a real-life early 20th century record-breaking aviator. In 1936, Beryl was the first pilot to do the then dangerous east-to-west flight non-stop from Europe to North America. She barely made it, crash landing in Nova Scotia. She was also a bush pilot in Africa, and this memoir, which she wrote in 1942, became an instant hit, gaining praise from writer friends of hers from the likes of Ernest Hemingway and Isak Dinesen, and is still a celebrated work of adventure writing 80 years later. The actual transatlantic flight is the culmination of the memoir, which is rich in her stories of growing up in Africa. Enthralled with the world of animals, she became a celebrated horse trainer for most of her life, meeting a cast of colorful characters along the way. Now, it is the world of the European colonialists that operated ranches and farms in Africa in the early 20th century. So be prepared. It's written with the voice and perspective of a society long gone, and as a memoir is a fascinating insight into that time and place. Now, if you've read Isak Dinesen's book or seen the film version Out of Africa, Beryl was part of that set and is represented as a character in that film named Felicity. Beryl died in 1986, shortly after that movie was released. Now, these are two stories of strong, independent barrier breakers, one fictional, one true. Both The Great Circle and West with the Night are worth your time. Both are available from Mono County libraries. Come and find them or find some other great adventure book to read. In the meantime, stay safe and happy reading.